Good morning, everyone. Happy 4th of July this Sunday morning. Thought I'd talk a little bit about the summer wells and see what your guys' opinion is and what you think happened if there's foul play or not, whether someone came and abducted her, or if the parents know what happened to her and not revealing where she is at, and possible facts of the case that hasn't been shared with us yet. Been listening to several content creators, and I guess I don't have the popular opinion that there was foul play, and I believe the parents. It's my opinion the parents know what happened to Summer, and they're just having us go on a big goose chase. But on the other hand, you have to go off what TBI said, like they have no facts, no information on what happened or not. The only case I'm familiar with, and well, I guess there's a couple out there, but just speaking of kids and the duration of time they were gone, was the Elizabeth Smart case. That's the only time where I know, the parents were involved. Someone did come in and abduct her while she was asleep. Her little sister that was there, you know, knew there was a man that came and got her. As far as like the Orrin Orson case, I mean, it's kind of hard not to point the fingers at the adopted parents on what happened to those two little boys since they're in classic or Orson. So, I mean, historically, if the data is correct and what we've been told and stuff, it's usually someone close to the person that ends up dead or missing from what happened to them. So, to me, it's perfectly logical to make the assumption or get the opinion that the parents know what happened to Summer and they don't want to go back to prison, court. They're scared, and so they are, having a big goose chase. That's my opinion. Yours can be different. You can believe someone, stayed there, hid, waited for summer coming, and all of a sudden she came out, nabbed her, and took off with her. And Lord, who knows where she's at or not? It's just it's okay to have opinion what you are, but what I'm feeling, my experience and facts, what I'm understanding, especially old Donald boy being a Utah boy like myself, and the rap sheet he has, and regardless of what he's saying or deflecting, this ain't no innocent man. Yeah, he's a father, that's right. Chris Watts was a man too, and look what he did to his kids. He annihilated them, put them in an oil container, and they're gone. So why is it not possible for a family member of the Wells to do something like that or not? It is very possible. Again, all opinions are welcome here. I'm not going to time you guys out or have anything done. I'm just curious to like to hear on what you guys think or not. It's just I have a platform, so not a lot of people come by, but I'm going to voice my opinion. As far as other places, getting timed out for having an unpopular opinion about someone in the family knows what happened somewhere and they're not coming clean, yet causing all this extra work for the TBI. I don't believe the polygraph tests are as effective. I can't remember the name of the case, but I believe it happened out of Mississippi or Arkansas. It was a young Hispanic man killed a white girl, uh, took a polygraph, passed it, and then I believe he was in jail in Louisiana or something, and finally confessed to, killing this poor girl. So, it could be 50-50. It could be either way. Someone in the family or she was abducted. We don't know. You know, I don't blame the law enforcement keeping this close to their vest, especially how new the case is. I mean, people are getting frustrated with the Orrin Orson case on not having information or not. But again, historically, let's just look at some other cases that are pending right now and see what you guys think or not. So let's start off 2018 with the Chris Watts case. Obviously, he's been convicted of, killing his family. He was the last person to see them, and that's what the officers went through. You got Barry Morphew currently right now. He he's being charged for first-degree murder for his wife Suzanne Morphew. Let's go with another case that's open pending right now, Maya Millette. You know, there's people, a heavy group of people looking at her husband on him doing something or knows what happened in that house. And now you got, Summers Wells. There's another kid, I think, out of Iowa. Go to Perplex Security. I think his name's like Ian or something. He's been gone, I believe, now for almost a month. And her mom never reported the kid missing. It ended up being a friend or a neighbor in the trailer park where Stephen left to report it. So my case is what I'm trying to say here. It's usually a high percentage of someone being close to the person or people that are missing. They know what happened to them. It's not rocket science. I mean, this has been years of development. Yeah, it's always possible of human trafficking or, abduction. I'm not ruling that out. But just from what I've seen with current cases and the way things are going, statistics, it's a family member. That's what I formed the opinion that, it could be one of the parents know what happened to her. Maybe it is a close family friend. Maybe something did happen at the water hole and we don't know what happened. People are saying there's about a 4-hour time gap from the water hole and her going home that, something could happen or not. We don't know the facts of the case or not, but there's nothing wrong to go off historic data to form an opinion on what possibly could have happened to Summer. It doesn't matter on which side of the fence you're on or not. You have a right, again, to have your opinion, and you have a right to be heard on this platform, on the comments, on what you guys say. And, I have a popular opinion, again, with the Chris Watts case, and that, Shanann, I'm sure she was an amazing person, did a lot, but watching a video where they're playing checkers and how she belittled him and just maybe over years of time of verbal abuse or whatever, he had it. He snapped. He flipped. As far as why the girls, I don't have an answer for you. Afraid they would tell on him or something, or maybe he did want a whole new life with his mistress. But again, that's a perfect example of, a close family member, killing other family members, and it was passionate. Again, let's talk about the Doomsday couple. Lori Vallow, 6 people that she was associated with dead now. And it was passionate or planned or plotting. So there's nothing wrong to look at Donald Wells, his wife, Tandy or whatever, and to have an opinion. There was foul play and they know about it. There's, again, nothing wrong with that. And it's just interesting to me. I grew up in church my whole time, not trying to attack Donald on his belief and what he thinks or his opinion about Christianity at all. No, I'm a practicing Mormon. That's my opinion. That's my belief system. He was Mormon, then went Seventh-day Adventist. He has that right. There's nothing wrong with them. Usually people, when they have a hard time, go to jail or prison or something. Yeah, they're in a dark moment. They need some hope. And there's nothing wrong holding on to faith or belief and to gain hope again. There is nothing wrong with that. Again, I would love to hear from you guys if you'd like to make a comment on what you think happened. I'm not going to time you out, not going to block you or anything here. So for you guys listening, if you want to state your opinion or comment when you hear this later, please feel free. I believe like 3 times this week for just having an opinion. I feel like, the parents know what happened. Some have been timed out, blocked or whatever. Or another creator said, I guess I didn't state an opinion or just said something like, I believe the parents know what happened summer, and that's a fact, and I was in the wrong for that. It's America. We have a First Amendment speech. You can say what you want. I mean, this is truth or crime. All we have right now is to speculate in our opinions to see what is going on. The main goal is we want Summer home safely, and hopefully she's alive and safe, and, they're able to get her. But historically, it doesn't really look good. I mean, the only case that went national I'm aware of that someone came back safely to their family was Elizabeth Smart. I know there's other cases with, sex trafficking and, making so many arrests and all. That's a big issue. I believe looking at an article in 2018, United States was one of the top 5 countries with human trafficking going on and awful things happening to people, especially against women. I'm glad there's laws to protect women and to keep them safe. Men physically are just usually stronger than women, and historically, men have done some awful things to women. And serial killers, Ted Bundy. You got the Green River Killer, Ed Gein. And, they done some horrible stuff to women. So that yes, there needs to be laws to protect women. I have no quarrels or issues about that. Men sometimes make stupid decisions. They start thinking with their other head and not think clearly unless there's a mental illness or something. And they do stupid stuff, unfortunately. I mean, heck, I either last week or a week ago, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ronnie O'Neill. He was having an affair on his girlfriend that he killed and tried to kill his whole family too. He's the guy that ended up being a lawyer for himself, like Ted Bundy. He actually probably did a pretty decent job from what I can see and how his articulate his arguments. He got sentenced to life in the Florida prison, but whatever, again, he committed a horrible, horrific crime against a woman and their kids. The only sole survivor was like Ronnie the third or the fourth. That's now adopted by a detective that was, involved with that crime. That's great. That's wonderful. A bad thing turned out to be a positive thing for this kid. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of trauma, but at least, the boy is still with us and he's in a safe place. I think we would all agree with that we, love Summer to be returned safely and know what's going on. What's the name of the guy over in Europe? I believe it was Sweden. So Joe something like he kept a daughter and incest, and had so many kids with his own blood and stuff. It's just crazy what people do and how people are held up and kept in, for years and decades. Again, there was also, I believe, in 2013, I think it was Cleveland. 3 women were finally able to escape from a man that had them abducted for years or not. So I hope the TBI, they're getting closer. They're gaining evidence, starting to understand. Yeah, I believe this is going to be a pretty difficult case like the Orrin and Orson case. And whatever evidence they do have, they're going to keep close to them. It could be a year like the Barry Morphew case before someone might get charged or arrested. I'm very glad to see like 104, 114 agencies out there, caring, wanting to look for these girls. I wish that was for every kid or person that went missing, regardless if what state was in or what resources are available. I wish there was just a standard for someone went missing or whatever that there's a gold standard, and whatever they done one case, they do it again, or have just same agencies. That's all they do is just they go from state to state, county to county, or whatever, trying to find missing people or searching for them. It's unfortunate, this happened. I believe we can all agree we want Summer safe. We want her returned. But again, all we can really do now is speculate. And it's for me, and historically, it's just I'm going with the data that's been out there that seems to have a high percentage that someone knew Summer and committed foul play, whether, if she's alive still or not. I hope she's alive. I want that hope. But, the more time that goes by, there's the TV show 48 Hours, and the odds of them solving the crime in that, get reduced greatly. It's amazing now with the technology that we do have, I don't know the terms, like you have the Golden State serial killer or whatever, because of family DNA or whatever, in a database, they were able to track it down to him and convict him. There's been many other cold cases, like from 20 to 50 years old, that are being solved right now because of the technology and the way things are being developed with DNA. Yeah, it's possible too with DNA and other testing that things could be wrong, and I think goes for court and able to make good arguments to give their opinion on what happened or not. You know, I never taken. I can't even think what the test is called, where they hook you up to the wires and your heartbeat or not. But there's always a chance too that they don't work. Even with DNA, it could be wrong, or someone in the lab could have done something wrong. But rumor has it that they both had to take it twice. Um, Gosh, I can't think of the name of it. I apologize. But if they had to take it twice, why didn't they wait till they were mentally fit and ready to take it? Of course, people are saying there's medications, that could help. Even if you came on YouTube, you could look something up or even go to Google on how to pass a lie detector. It's can't seem to be. I mean, everyone's different and exactly inaccurate. And of course, they don't use it in court for certain reasons. I'm sure it's a great tool and it can help people, like this guy's hiding something or not. Again, a great example is the Chris Watts case. Obviously, he was a poor liar and they were able to find out that evening or have an idea on where the kids were. But again, it's just common sense. If you follow true crime, what happens? You need to start inside the home, interview those people that are close to her, and expand out to family and friends. I mean, look at the Doomsday, Chad Daybell and Lori Daybell. I mean, they had starting going, but obviously because of cell phone data as good technology, they were able to find the kids on Chad Daybell's property, and they're finally getting justice almost a little over a year and a half later. So there's technologies and tools out there, again, we just don't know about, that are very accurate and can help find somewhere. But again, I love to hear from you what your guys' opinion on what happened Summer. I'm not going to block you or do anything wrong. You have a right to your opinion. I believe we can all agree we want justice for her and her to be brought home safely. I don't necessarily agree with Donald being a Utah boy on what his religious beliefs. And yeah, I'm going to stick to my opinion that he knows what happened to her. Doesn't necessarily mean because he's there, doesn't mean he doesn't know what happened. I mean, again, a great example is the Lauren Orson case. About 6 months later, we haven't really heard anything. There's big speculation on the adopted parents that something happened. There's nothing wrong to have opinion and what you believe or not. Again, I feel like they know what happened, and I'm going to stick to that. I don't know how many times I was timed out for stating, yeah, I believe the parents know what happened to her, and people getting emotionally charged right now. It is a very emotional case, and emotions are getting run high. But if it's getting to the point where it's bothering you and you can't sleep or not, step away from it for a moment. Look at it. Just think. So I'm under the impression that something happened. They know where she's at. Just from historic data and other cases, there's no reason to believe the same thing didn't happen where it's such a common occurrence. I mean, it seems like we have more people being discovered, decades later, years later, dead instead of alive. I believe there's an article out there saying since 2000, 12 people were fined found and safely returned. The only national one that I'm aware of is the Elizabeth Smart. Normally, the data points to a person's not alive anymore. Um, Chad from Lafayette, Indiana, or whatever. I mean, that girl could have been dead, but thank goodness, the parents hurried and called the police, and the police acted quickly, and they were able to save her life. I kind of wonder with the Delphi case if he's connected or not. I mean, he's got very similar behaviors. If you looked at his behavior pattern, what's out there, and again, it's very possible he wasn't. You know, I hope that case gets solved very soon, like this case. What happened to those two beautiful girls too shouldn't have happened along with Summer. Again, there's so many crimes against women and little girls that it makes me sick, and that's not right. I wish we had better ways to protect women and keep them safely, especially with serial murders and what has happened or not. But again, guys, this is my opinion. I would love to hear from you in the comments on what you guys think. If Summer Wells will be found soon or not. Do you believe she was abducted? Or do you think a family member did something to know where Summer is at? Again, there's very similar cases to this one. Usually the odds are not good, and come back to, a friend or a close family member that knew that person or that victim was taken and they're no longer with us. Usually that's a very high sad statistics, and we don't want that. Of course, we obviously want Summer to return and be back safely with us, but we don't really know what's going on right now. And there's nothing wrong for you to have your opinion based on your life experience and whatever reason, conclusion that you come to, whether, maybe the parents know something or not, or, someone was abducted. We really don't have a lot evidence right now and facts on what happened. So of course we're gonna, hypothesize and come up with a solution. One thing I'll try to do, and I maybe challenge you guys too, is look at some different web pages, do some research, see what you can find up with cases similar to this, and see what the statistics are or not. Nothing wrong with that. I hope she's safe. I hope she's alive still. I hope the TBR getting close, along with the other agencies that are helping to find Summer and bring her home. I again, the more time, the longer it goes, the odds are going to be less that she's alive still. Not trying to be negative Nancy or anything, but that's just how it is. It's the way it is. I'm no better than anybody else. I have opinion like everybody else does, and I'm using my platform to express that opinion. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment. Just please keep it respectful, state how you feel. But she's been missing over 2 weeks now, and the odds are it's just not looking good. Happy 4th of July. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day on how you celebrate it. Uh, Friends and family, loved ones close to you. Tomorrow's not promised, and we don't know what could happen. Tell them how much you love them. Try to always leave with them on a positive note instead of, something like this came up. You don't have guilt for something happening or not. I mean, I'm still remorseful. My dad passed away in February, and I remember just arguing with him instead of having a good conversation and telling him I loved him. I regret that, and it's hard for me. But, I wish I left on better terms. And I know the Wells right now, probably something similar is going on with them, and they feel sad or horrible, and they just want their daughter back to hold her and love her. I'm glad, they still have the boys, and if the boys are safe and everything, keep the family together. I don't know too much about the family life, but my opinion, I know a hillbilly when I see one. And that family is definitely hillbilly. One, they live in the Smokies of Tennessee. It's steep terrain there. How they speak, yeah, they're hillbillies. That's my opinion. And I'd be more than happy to argue with anyone on that. I mean, I consider myself, if you watch like Duck Dynasty, the Roberts, they're rednecks. To me, they're a little bit more educated, speak clearly, and they have all their teeth. But hillbillies, they're resourceful. They can come up with something, invent whatever with scrap metal on the property, and very intelligent people. I mean, I personally don't want to live the way they've been living, have trash or whatever, but if that's what they want to live or can afford or whatever, that's up to them. Again, we're all responsible for ourselves and our own choices and actions. I know we tend to blame other people, but we need to accept responsibility for ourselves. And yeah, it's true. We can control our emotions and how we react to things, but we can't control other people or not. That's very true. But I hope summer comes home safely and fine. I know I'm just running my mouth and probably going to get a lot of hostile comments on what I believe or not, but that's my opinion. You guys are welcome to your opinion. I hope they find summer. She returns safe. Again, happy 4th of July to y'all. I think y'all amazing people. God bless you and have a wonderful day.